Well, some key Canadian political figures are making headlines today for all the wrong reasons. Senator Mike Duffy is no longer a member of the Conservative caucus, and the number of questions about Duffy's conduct is growing. Also, Mayor Rob Ford in Toronto is accused of smoking crack cocaine, and it is reportedly all caught on camera. Two very big stories in the news today. We're going to start with Rob Ford, and I'll introduce you to my panel. We have John Brenner from CFRA, Graham Richardson, CTV News at 6, and of course our own Kurt Stidley sitting in there. Wow, quite the stories. Let's start with the Rob Ford story that surfaced late last night, early this morning. It is a video taken reportedly on a cell phone camera.
Yes.
About 6 months ago or so. This is the Toronto Star coming forward with this story that they have two reporters that reportedly saw this video 3 times and believe it is Rob Ford in the video smoking something that they say could be crack cocaine.
It's a wow.
It is a wow.
I haven't seen the video. No one from CTV News has seen the video. Gawker, the website in the United States. Apparently someone is shopping around this video and is looking for big cash. So it appears the Toronto Star reporters looked at the video, and obviously no one yet has paid big money to buy the video, because news organizations generally don't do that.
Don't they want $1 million bucks or something?
It started at $1 million, and I've from what I'm reading this morning online, it has come down. That they're asking for less.
Because they're not getting $1 million.
Well, because as Graham says, news organizations do not pay for this sort of thing.
So is that what the Toronto Star reporters mean then when they talk about authenticity, because they don't have the digital copy?
It sounds like from the Star story, they looked at it. From the Gawker story, the editor of the Gawker looked at it. Nobody's bought the video. So several things going on here. First of all, regardless of video, it raises questions about things that have been raised in the past in news stories about Rob Ford. Is there a substance abuse issue? Does he need help? Secondly, the mayor's behavior in Toronto has, and even if let's set this aside, the other issues, it has been overwhelming council there at a fairly critical time, as it always is in North America's 5th largest city. So. It's extraordinary. So, but to be clear, it is. Oh, hi.
Henry's here.
Henry's here. It is not. It's not clear at all. Again, no one from CTV News has seen the video, and so we're in this kind of limbo.
As far as we know at this point, no news agency actually even has the video yet. From what the Toronto Star is reporting, it is some Somali men living in Toronto that are allegedly part of the drug trade there have this video. They were the ones who were reportedly with Ford when this allegedly happened, and they're looking for the money, but they don't want to release that video until a news agency is willing to pay for it. That is yet to happen.
And it's not unusual. Northern part of Etobicoke, a big part of Rob Ford's constituency. He tends to go to lots of neighborhoods all over the city.
He lives in that neighborhood, does he not?
He lives near there.
Right.
So it's not a surprise that he would be there. The question is, what does the video show? What does the photo show? So,
what does this mean for Toronto? Whether these allegations are proven, whether this video ever comes out and we ever get to see this, let's look at the bigger picture of what allegations against a mayor in your largest city in this country does to that city.
It's not the first time that Rob Ford has been in a boatload of trouble. Let's face it. He's always going to carry that sort of thing around. It's always going to happen to him, it seems to me, as long as he's in office. And but the people voted him in.
And I think, in just the strangest way, it's one of the things that endears him to voters.
In a weird way, yes.
You know, and they're kind of ready to look the other, well, not look the other way, but say, you know what? If he's effective at City Hall, as we want him to be, and what he's doing in his personal life, as long as I guess it doesn't involve criminal behavior,
certainly not on certainly not on the same level. But here in Ottawa, when Larry O'Brien was voted in, it got crazy at City Hall for a long time because the people voted him in and nobody wanted to work with him. in many ways the situation is similar, although Rob Ford's just full of trouble.
I just want to put this out there, and then we're going to move on to the Duffy story, is that he has hired a lawyer for this, to handle the situation, and his lawyer said that the publication, the report in the Toronto Star, is false and defamatory. So he has a lawyer that is handling his side of the story, and I'm sure it's a story we're going to be talking about for days to come, if not longer than that. Now, another big story is Senator Mike Duffy. This one has been unfolding for weeks to come. Perhaps not a major surprise that yesterday he resigned from the Conservative caucus, Graham.
Stephen Harper never cuts anyone loose unless it's an absolute implosion. I was somewhat surprised that he resigned last night in that Stephen Harper does not respond to scandals, in that he believes that if you do that, you can't get things done, and that you weather the storm and you go with your team. So for him to ask someone, or to demand, to essentially fire Mike Duffy from the Conservative caucus, that speaks to what Conservatives were saying about this.
But I questioned actually why it even took a few days, because the scandal it's not brand new, and we've seen in the past with Harper, when it came to Raheem Jaffer, Helena Georges, other members of Parliament and ministers even who were offside, let's say, they were gone. In 24 hours, Harper had them out.
If Mike Duffy really cared about the Conservative Party, as he says he does, then he first of all wouldn't have gotten himself in this situation in the first place. He's a senator. Start acting like a senator. And secondly, I don't know why they put up with this sort of thing so long.
Is it going to create a discussion now about what to do with the Senate?
Maybe we can have that. I think they've been having that conversation since Confederation. But
well,
yeah,
of course. Is it going to generate even more?
The difference with Duffy is money. A huge fundraiser, a huge star for the Conservative Party,
Man.
and letting him go. A lot of people in the country know this man's name and his face, and he was a huge asset when he was not causing problems for the Prime Minister.
Okay.
And I think tying Nigel Wright to this as well was also, part of this.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
The mess is what it is.
Okay, John, Graham, and Kurt, thanks so much. That's Top Talkers for today. Some heavy stories there.